Hey guys, I'm going to do these three questions from page 4. Now, one of the things I want you guys to understand, this is a really important idea. Whenever your multiple choice answer choices have variables in the answer choices, you can almost always use the store and check method. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the first one, and then I'm going to do the last two. So it says the length of a rectangular patio is 7 feet more than its width, W. The area of the patio is A sub W or A sub W, A of W, and can be represented by the function blah, blah, blah. So it's got 4 choices. Now, so most students, when they look at this, they go like, dang, I don't know exactly what to do here. It tells you that we've got a rectangular patio, and it says that the length is 7 feet more than the width, but we don't know what the width is. But if you look at the answer choices, you see the width or the W is in all of them. Now, so here's what I wanted to do before I answer this question. First of all, you have to know how to find the area of a rectangle. And the area of a rectangle is simply the width times the length. Now, as we just looked at, they didn't give us the width, so we can't find the length yet. But here's what you should understand. As long as there are variables in the answer choices, we can store a number for W and then kind of figure some stuff out. So let's say that W is 10. Let's say that the width is 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and we're going to put 10 for W. So this is going to be 10. Now, they said that the length is 7 feet more than the width. So that means that if the width is 10, that means that the length must be 17. So let me get rid of this stuff. So now up here, I'm just going to write 17. Now, the area of the rectangle is the length times width. So it's going to be 10 times 17. So that means this is going to be 107 square units. Now, once we have this figured out, this is the width or W, this is the length, and this is the area. All we're going to do is go back to the answer choices, and we're going to figure out which one is it. So watch what I do with my calculator now. I'm going to store 10 into W. W is right here. Boom. And then I'm just going to enter each one of those expressions, those functions, and figure out what it is. So the very first one was W plus 7. So if I do W plus 7, now that should be the area. The area was 170. It wasn't 17, so that's not the answer. If you go to the next one, it's W squared plus 7W, right? So when you do that, you press enter. Look, it gives you 170, and that's what we calculated when we plugged in. We said that the area should be 170 square units, and that's what we got. So that would actually be our answer. So we would go and we would circle that one, option 2. So I'm going to do another one. It's basically the same kind of problem. It says at Benny's Cafe, a mixed green salad costs. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Costs $5.75, and it says additional toppings can be added for 75 cents each. So every topping is 75 cents. So it said which function could be used to determine the cost, C of S, in dollars of a salad with S additional toppings. And here are the choices. Now, let me get rid of all of this. So what you should look at is you should go look. We don't know how many toppings there are, so we don't know what the actual cost is. But let's just store a number for S. Let's say that we have 2 toppings, right? So if there's 2 toppings, that means if they cost 75 cents each, that would be 2 times 75. And that would be $1.50. So what we're going to do is we're going to take $1.50 for the toppings, and the salad costs $5.75. So the total is going to be $7.25. Now, that part, like plugging in the number and then figuring out what the cost would be for 2 additional toppings. Almost everyone should be able to do that math. It's not that complicated. It's just 2 times the toppings, the amount for the toppings, and then you add that to the cost of the regular salad. Now, but the reason that we're doing that is now we're going to go to the calculator and we're going to store 2 because we had 2 toppings, and we're going to store it into the S variable that's the topping variable. And then we're just going to key in, just like we did before, it's going to be 5.75 S plus 75 cents plus 75 cents. Press enter. It says $12.25. That's too much. When we added 2 toppings, it should be $7.25. So let's go to the next one. So the next one is 0.75 times S plus 575, 5.75, press enter, and that's my answer. You can see when I type in the second expression, the second function, I get an output of 725. So that would be my answer. Now, I'm going to do this real quick because this last one, basically all you're going to do is you're going to store, let me get rid of all this stuff. You're just going to store a number into D. So let's say D is 2. And so we go to the calculator. Let's get rid of all this menu 15. We're going to put 2 and we're going to store that into the letter D. Press enter. And then we're going to type in the expression 120 times 2 to the 3D power. 2 to the 3D power. Press enter. And it says 7,680. So now when I go to the answer choices, one of these should be 7,680. I think it's number 4. So that's the one I'm going to check for. So I'm going to do 120 times 8. Oops. It's not, yeah, times 8 to the D power. And they absolutely match, so that's your answer, and we would keep it moving. All right, so basically, even though it doesn't say like equivalent or simplify, if the multiple choice questions have a bunch of variables in it, like these do, if the multiple choice questions have a bunch of variables like these do, this has variables, this has variables, this has variables. You can always plug in a number for the variable and then do the calculations and then go figure out the one that matches. This one here, even though it did say equivalent, all you're doing is basically storing a number and just finding the one that matches. And we did that. All right, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to post it.